At least 6 people have been killed and 16 others were injured in a mass shooting, while some were taken hostage. The shooter was later killed by police. Iranian gunboats fired on a tanker transiting through the Strait of Hormuz, according to British military. 2 gunboats from Iran's Revolutionary Guard opened fire on a tanker transiting the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday, the British military reported. The captain of the tanker said they opened fire without issuing a radio challenge, the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations said. This came after Iran said on Saturday it had reimposed strict management and control by the armed forces on the vital waterway. They warned the waterway would continue to be blocked as long as the US upheld its blockade. The announcement came after US President Donald Trump said the blockade will remain in full force until Tehran reaches a deal with the US, including on its nuclear program. On Friday, Tehran had reopened the strait to commercial vessels. Roughly 1/5 of the world's oil passes through the strait, and further limits would squeeze already constrained supply, driving prices higher once again. Trump told reporters that Tehran had agreed to hand over its enriched uranium, a key sticking point in negotiations. But Iran, however, denied the claims, saying its stockpile was not going anywhere.
Israeli forces have accused Hezbollah of violating the temporary ceasefire after militants crossed what they call a yellow line in southern Lebanon. In a statement, the military said the soldiers approached Israeli forces in a way that posed, quote, an immediate threat, and that actions were taken in self-defense. Hezbollah has condemned the IDF's actions, accusing Israel of violating the 10-day ceasefire agreement. Also on Saturday, a French UN peacekeeper was killed and 3 others wounded in an attack on UNIFIL forces in Lebanon. French President Emmanuel Macron says everything points to Hezbollah as responsible and is demanding arrests. Lebanon's Prime Minister has ordered an immediate investigation, and Hezbollah ally Navi Berri has condemned the deadly attack.
A gunman wielding an automatic weapon killed 6 people and barricaded himself inside a supermarket with hostages in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv on Saturday. The shooter was later killed by police, according to authorities. At least 14 people were wounded and have been taken to hospital. Meanwhile, the hostages were supermarket customers and staff. Ukraine's special tactical police units stormed the convenience store after attempts to contact the gunman with a negotiator failed, Interior Minister Ihor Klimenko said. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that tragically one of the hostages was killed. The other victims were murdered on the street. The mass shooting took place in a busy central district of the city, outside an apartment block and a nearby shopping center. The 58-year-old attacker was not named by police, but Zelensky said he was born in Russia. Ukraine's security service described the killings as an act of terrorism. Pope Leo XIV said that it was not in his interest to debate with US President Donald Trump about the Iran war on Saturday when speaking to reporters aboard the papal plane flying from Cameroon to Angola, but that he would continue preaching the gospel message of peace. The American Pope also sought to set the record straight, insisting that his preaching isn't directed at Trump but reflects the broader gospel message of peace. Pope Leo XIV landed at Luanda's international airport after departing Yaoundé, Cameroon, where he celebrated a morning mass before an estimated 200,000 people. In Luanda, Pope Leo is scheduled to meet Angola's president, João Lourenço, and deliver a speech. Pope Leo's arrival in Angola is the 3rd leg of his 4-nation tour, which includes Algeria, Angola, Cameroon, and Equatorial Guinea.